The Punisher has testified about being hired to make certain scenes for Diddy.
We're hearing directly from one of the escorts that testified today, a man who was introduced to jurors as the Punisher.
During the trial, a witness known as the Punisher, who works in adult services, testified that he was hired in late 2012 to create a scene for Diddy and Cassie. He stated that he met the couple at the Trump Hotel in Manhattan. He recounted Cassie explaining their preference for him and her mutually applying baby oil to ourselves and each other to establish a certain environment, with Diddy eventually joining to watch. Upon explanation, Cassie allegedly handed him $800 and instructed him to change. The Punisher also testified that he was told not to acknowledge Diddy, not to look at him, and to have no communication between me and him during the scene. Diddy's legal team informed the court they had no questions for Regina Ventura, Cassie's mother, after her direct examination concluded. Regina had testified about the several instances where she witnessed Diddy get out of line or go too far. She recounted an occasion when she called the police after Diddy allegedly took Cassie's phone. Regina also described a specific incident in 2012 where Diddy reportedly went off without warning after one of his employees, Mia, laughed. She recalled them talking casually, laughing when all of a sudden he didn't want her to, and he questioned her laughter. Regina noted that Mia shrunk, went pale, and looked very shaken, illustrating Diddy's sudden outbursts in their impact. Cassie's mom took out a loan to pay Diddy back. Regina Ventura, Cassie's mother, testified that Diddy demanded Cassie pay him $20,000 after he discovered she was dating rapper Kid Cudi.
He also demanded that Cassie pay back $20,000 he spent on her.
Planning for Cassie's safety, Regina and her husband took out a home equity loan, stating it was the only way that they could get the money. Regina explained that Diddy was freaking out after he'd spent money on her and she'd been with another person. Diddy's bookkeeper reportedly emailed the wire information and Regina sent the money. However, she noted the money was returned about 4 to 5 days later. This testimony highlights the level of control Diddy allegedly exerted over Cassie's personal life and the extreme measures her family felt compelled to take. While 6 of Diddy's 7 children were present in court earlier dates, none of them attended proceedings recently. Diddy's 3 sons reportedly sat at all of the Cassie's harrowing testimonies. However, his twin daughters Jessie and Delilah, along with his eldest daughter Chance, stopped attending suddenly. In a contrasting scene, twins Jessie and Delilah appeared to set aside their father's legal challenges for an evening as they were seen dancing the night away in matching dresses for their high school prom. It's currently unclear why Diddy's sons, who had been consistent attendees throughout the earlier dates, stopped showing up. Dawn Richard testified about a confrontation she witnessed between Diddy and Cassie at a West Hollywood restaurant in 2010. She claimed several notable figures were at the dinner, including Usher, Neo, and music executive Jimmy Levine. She stated that Diddy and Cassie were engaged in a private conversation when Diddy allegedly inflicted a sudden blow on Cassie. Cassie immediately bent over, and Richard told the jury, she said that Diddy told Cassie to leave, indicating with a pointed finger, and Cassie complied. This testimony highlights the nature of their interactions as observed by others present. Diddy's former assistant David James, who sought a fashion career, was visibly affected when recounting his initial days working for the mogul. James testified that an executive at Bad Boy Entertainment told him his primary role was to please Diddy. He vividly recalled sitting at the desk, seeing a picture of Diddy on the wall. She pointed at the wall and said, "This is Mr. Combs' kingdom. We're all here to serve him." This testimony suggests a workplace culture centered entirely around Diddy, implying a weird structure where staff were expected to prioritize his needs and demands above all else.